Faith in the Strat, SPX Mentorship for season 4. Shout out to you guys. Your last meeting. You're graduating today. Everybody's in here. There's like 4 classes. So we got the graduates, where my graduates at. What advanced class, where they at? Where my advanced class, go crazy in the comments. They there. We got, there we go. Garrett's advanced class. We got our current mentorship going. Shout out to y'all just graduated. And then we now have the new class starting on Tuesday. We also have a special guest who's like an OG mentorship student who did some crazy shit. So shout out to, like I said, all the people who are in season 4. Everything in here stays. I'm not going to delete it. I just won't be active. But like I said, I dropped the link. If you've already signed up for the advanced and I haven't added you, just shoot me a DM, because I manually have to add you. It sends you to the wrong group. So just shoot me a DM and I'll add you, and you'll be in, you'll know you're in the right one when you see this when it's brown. So, but yeah, all you guys who haven't, shoot me a DM. The new mentees, shout out to y'all. It's like 7 of y'all, I think, right now. So shout out to all the new mentees in here. Tuesday classes, Tuesday and Thursdays, 5 o'clock, and then Sundays at noon. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna start combining. So I'm just start doing advanced at 4, and then the newer class at 5 on Tuesday, Thursdays. Moving forward, that way I don't have to split it each day. It was too hard. And then Sunday is always the same time, but I'm just trying to streamline it more. So anyways, I hope y'all are ready for this special guest. This special guest was in the mentorship before I had any structure, before I had made it like a paid group, was just kind of doing our thing. He did some crazy shit. And yeah, I'm gonna allow him to start speaking. And we're just gonna hear his story. Trying to keep y'all motivated. All right, bro, you can come on up.
All right, you can hear me?
Yes, sir. What's up?
What's going on, everybody? My name is Jeron Smith. I'm in New York. Found out about YRM through the Hungries group. Then I did his one-on-one, of course. You know, there's a lot of gems in there that he dropped, brought things into perspective. Um, oh, and the most life-changing thing was the prop firm. I knew nothing about prop firms. I've been trading my own money this whole time. You
Yep.
know, so I looked into that.
Yep.
And ended up going with you hear me? Everything good?
Yeah. No, I was gonna just
Okay.
give him some background. So he did a one-on-one with
Oh,
me, and then after I told him about the prop firms and a few other things which we was gonna get into, he was in the old group that we had on WhatsApp before I just shut it down. And I remember he was like, after a while, he was like, "Oh, done?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm not really gonna be in that one no more." I'm like, "I got a new one," but he's like, "No, I'm gonna just do my own thing. I've been studying." I was like, "Cool, good luck." But I was like, "You already know what to do." So his from what I see and what he's done, all he's done is keep it simple and listen to the stuff that was taught and just focus. I'm seeing he's focusing primarily, it looks like, on ES, right?
um, ES and Nasdaq, but mainly Nasdaq.
Okay, NQ, I'm sorry, but still, either way, he's focused on one. He just picked one asset, really, and kept it simple. And y'all gonna be amazed at how much he made just focusing on one asset, one very specific type of trade setup or tool he's using, and you're just keeping it simple, right, bro? You're not taking like 30 trades a day. You're not.
No, definitely not.
And
Honestly, once I see my profit, I'm done for the day.
on this day, I was like, what the fuck? I made that much a minute. So we're just gonna, give the floor to him. So, like I said, this is Jeron. We'll start out. So, what happened after I ended the group and you were like, okay, I'm gonna do my own thing? And after I had told you about the props, I remember when I told you what the props, you had a week later, you sent me a DM like, bro, because you didn't know about futures like that. You was like, wait, it's this
Yeah,
easy?
nah, damn.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's start from there.
Okay, so yeah, because you're using Elite, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I have found Apex to a recommendation from somebody, and I
Mm-hmm.
started using Apex, and I just like the fact that I didn't have to use my own money anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm already, I don't even want to talk about how much I lost in the markets, but
Yeah, I
well
remember
up
we had
six
that
figures.
talk.
You know what
And
I'm saying?
remember, I told you. Remember, I told you. I was like, you don't need to, since you're learning some new stuff. Like, you should go practice. And I think what you did, you went paper at first, right? I think you was practicing.
Yeah, yeah, definitely
Well,
practicing. Yeah.
let's talk about that part because that's the part people don't want to do. But that's what helps you get to where you are today in a shorter time without losing a bunch of money and fucking up your confidence.
So Apex is they they're in sync with Ninja Trader. Ninja Trader is a platform for the futures that I trade on, and they have a simulation account, so it was easy.
Mm.
Um, so I basically was just practicing with that because even though some people have their, there's pros and cons to it, they're like, yeah, well, psychology, the psych is not really in it because it's not your money, but
I think that's bullshit when people say that too. Because I'm like,
yeah,
life is in
I
it
mean,
because when you pass a prop,
it,
it's not real. A prop
right,
isn't real. Pass it.
right.
So I always tell people, well, why don't you make it like a prop and give yourself rules for the paper count? Hey, if I lose, give yourself the exact same rules, then it's gonna be the exact same thing.
Exactly, especially when you're trying to figure out what your strategy is, and you know what I'm saying, your trading plan and all that. So you don't want to do that real time, when things, So
I tell
I
people,
felt
and
like
nobody
it was
listens.
right, exactly.
That's the
So
worst
that's
mistake I made as a beginner was using live funds.
right, right. So now it's like, all right, now once you got the trading plan down, okay, and you got, you feel like you're ready to go now. Now you can go start trading real money now, or well, profit firm money, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
So I had got what day was that? That was a Wednesday. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it
It
had
was
to be
like
Wednesday.
Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah, so Wednesday, I was trading
You send me that
Nasdaq.
picture. I was like, what the fuck am I reading? That's what my first thought. This is crazy.
Yeah, I ain't gonna front. I love some people hate Nasdaq because they just say it just moves too crazy. To me, it's like resembles like
It's
SPX.
beautiful.
It does
Nasdaq,
move kind of crazy. I'm
yeah, Nasdaq
not
is
gonna front.
beautiful.
Yeah, it does move kind of crazy. 'Cause I don't know. The EX, it just, I don't know. It's just not
It's
doing it
more
for me. You
choppier
know
now
what I'm saying?
because of 0 days.
Okay, okay, yeah,
That's
that
what
makes no sense.
it ruined it. It made it tighter range. So Nasdaq moves a lot smoother. I just love ES, and it's like I've traded it so long, but I can definitely tell the difference.
Okay, so oh, and Wednesday was also CPI too. So of course, you got extra momentum on those days. And
Yep.
I never played. I used to, but I never played that 830 candle. You know how that 830 candle, it just goes up, goes down. So
And
I
remember,
waited for
I
that.
always talk about the news. I always talked about like
Yeah, you leave
news.
the news alone. You gotta leave that alone because that'll bankrupt your account in 2 seconds. Like quicker than you can blink your eyes. And I've been through that. Trying to make quick money, it's not even worth it. So now I just play the reaction. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
And which is what I teach people. Like, you want to trade the reaction of the news.
Right. And so that first 830 candle, it went straight up. I'm like, all right, cool. Then it started pulling back. So another thing with developing my trading plan, I realized that no matter how far like it's shooting, it's always going to return back to the EMAs. Like when you start to see that red, if you ever pay attention to it, it's like far left, like when it's shooting up.
Right.
And I use the 9 and the 20. And it
Right.
always or the 8 and the 20, and it always pulls back, right? And then once it gets real close to it, then it starts to continue in the same direction. So all I did was I waited for the pullback, and then right as it was about to take off, I waited for it to clear, like the consolidation to the left, and then I got in after that. So I got in, and I also sized up. So I got in with one just to make sure that it was going in the direction I wanted it to go in. And then I just kept sizing up, and the momentum was just crazy, and it just kept going up, going up. So eventually, I ended up having around 8 contracts,
Yep.
and
You said you played the 830 candle, right?
no, 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 I after that, so it might have been like 838 or 840 because I'm on the 2 minute time frame. So it might have been like 838 or 840.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
because it went up and then it pulled back, and then right as it was about to
Yep.
take
Like
off,
right
that
here.
last candle closest to the 9, that's when I got it.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay. So you played the long position. You played it up.
Right, yeah, going up, yeah, after the pullback, yeah.
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 Okay. Damn, that was crazy. Yeah, I know a
Yeah,
lot of
so
they're in the East Coast and you're in the East Coast, y'all could catch that. So like
right,
me, um, A lot of times I'm barely waking up, but as
Yeah,
I'm waking up,
goes at 5. That's 5:30 in the morning for you, right?
yeah, this is 5. Yep. And me, I
Yeah.
don't get it from reaction, even though I'm like, I was watching it. I was like,
Mhm.
I've traded so long. I hope, I don't know if I think they did say you could trade SPX early. Like I would have got in this on SPX.
Right.
If I'm wrong, it can go to 0, but with futures, I'm not gonna get in because if I'm wrong, you know, you can ruin
Right.
yourself because it
Right.
can go
Right.
negative. But it was very obvious with the way they're building. I just would have expected them to stop hunting deeper. Because a lot of time when they build it up like that, they'll do a long candle like this that clears everybody out and then slingshot it. But it was pretty obvious it was going up. So that was great. So what happened with that trade?
So I got in, and once I realized the momentum was still there, then I just kept averaging up. So for people that don't know what that means, it just means you same way you average down. Like when the stock is going down and you're negative, you keep adding to it. I did that, but in reverse. So I'm positive, but I still kept adding to it. So yeah, my dollar cost average goes up, but you also make more money the more it goes up because you have more contracts.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I
Exactly.
stopped at 8,
And that's
and
what this is about. It's about making money.
right. So I stopped at 8, and it ticked at 8 grand. So now, before I can even blink my eye, it like pulled back hard, and it was in the
Right.
sixes, and I didn't cut it. And then next thing you know, it went down to 5. I'm like, let me just cut this. So I cut it. So I have 5 accounts. One is live, and the other 4 are evaluation accounts. So whatever you do in one account, you get in the other accounts because they sell a software that allows you to copy. It's a copier. So basically, whatever you're doing in one account, it'll copy to the other 4 or 5 or whatever, however many that you have.
You said you had 8
So
contracts, right?
yeah, 8 contracts.
And this was ES or NQ?
Thank you.
Oh, NQ. Let me pull up NQ. But they move very similar.
You'll get more of a move on NQ though. ES you might get like 40 to 50 a day. NQ might give you like 100, 150.
Yeah.
I know what's going on.
There we go. So I was like right here NQ.
That's Wednesday.
Yeah, this is Wednesday.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm guessing it was this candle right here where you were like, where it pulled back really deep and you cut.
Yeah, even after it went down to 5, and I got out. I mean, like I said, once I get my profit, I
You,
I'm done for the day. But
and
as
that's
I'm
what I
as I'm
remember. I was telling you that. I was like, y'all ain't got to trade all day. Just do one big
yeah,
move.
no, that's how you lose money.
Thank you.
I trust me, I've been there, done that. Like
That's what I've been
was
teaching the
was
newer
was up
students.
1,500, it was negative 1,500, like was up crazy and then blew an account. Like you got to
Yep.
also put things into perspective. Like how many people make
Yeah.
this
Remember, I
type of
told you that
money?
specifically. I told you that specifically on our one-on-one. I don't know if you remember. I remember saying that. Like, yeah, think how much you just made in a very short time.
Right. So that's why when you put that into perspective, it's like, because I don't even 5 grand. That's what I bring in a month with my regular 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like to make that, and I was done by. I think I got out of the trade by 8:45. So the market wasn't even open yet. You know what I'm saying? So you also got to put that into
Bro, that's
perspective
why I
too.
love futures.
Right. So now I don't even care what 9:30 does because I'm done. I already made my money. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, yeah, that's it. So once I got out, it still went up after that. But like I said, I wasn't really worried about that. But I just cut it at 5, and I had 5 accounts. So when
So
you
how much
go
in
with
total you made with all 5? How much in total you made?
that's 25 grand. You know what I'm saying? So one of the like I said, one of those is real, and the other 4 are evaluations. So I passed the evaluations,
Wait.
and
Hold on. How much money you make?
25,000.
Oh, wait, hold on, bro. Hold on. I don't think they heard of how much you make in about 10 minutes. Hold up.
Yeah, 25
Way
grand,
too
man.
calm. How much did you just fucking make?
Yeah,
Literally
25 before 9 o'clock.
25 bands, y'all. That's fucking crazy. Shout out to you, bro.
No doubt,
All
bro.
from the prop, literally He just took the he literally. I remember I was telling him, I'm like, look, bro, because I remember you were like, I lost a lot and I'm smart enough not to lose more. I was like, the best thing you can do, bro, is get a prop. And he was like, what the hell is that? And I remember when I sent it to him, he was like, this shit ain't real. I'm like, nah, for real. I remember it was like a week later. I remember I still got your voice message. He was like, boy, this shit could change my life. And I remember you was like, remember when you first traded, you had like a lot. It was like 60K. And I was like, my only advice to you is make it real. So don't trade as many I think I told you, like, don't trade as many contracts. Trade as many as you're actually going to trade. And you were like, bet. Because at first it was like 60K, 70. So then I saw you just kept practicing and you was like, I remember you just was like, what up, bro? I'm getting good. And I was like, keep grinding. Look at them now. And that was only a few months back, y'all. Like,
yeah, that was a few months back. And it's crazy because I was watching a YouTube video and the dude was like, because, I was trying to do my little research on prop firms, and the dude said, we use other people's money for everything else in life. Why not trading? And once he said that, I said, okay, that like signed to seal the deal right there. Because it's like, if you get a mortgage, that's somebody else's money. Credit card, that's somebody else's money. Auto loans, somebody else's money. Anything you do, like school, when you go into school, that's somebody else's money. So why not use somebody else's money for trading? And I'm just like, yo, when you put it like that, I'm like, oh, that's a no-brainer.
Think of it like this. Not only that, even trading, because I know some traders don't like props. Like I've seen traders on Twitter argue, but it's not, for me, I don't care about anything, bro. I'm about to delete my Twitter. I don't care about what these traders got to say. I don't care about, what the news got to say. I don't give a fuck what Kramer got to say. I don't care what other groups got to, I don't care about anything, bro, but my trades and the money I'm making. Like trading is about making money, period.
That's it.
The person who has the most wins, period. So why wouldn't you do something that's going to get you more capital if there's almost no downside? Your downside is losing their money, not yours. So for me, it just makes sense to use a prop in addition to my trading. I still trade my funds, but I can trade a prop at night, especially because it's futures. I'll trade at night before market. A lot of times with me, I'll just trade it during market with my orders. So if I'm in an SPX drop, like something that's running like this, I for sure have scalped it on ES. Or if it's something choppy and I can't get it on ES, I'll be like, this is too choppy, but I'll get a quick scalp on ES. On ES instead of SPX, and I'll just log out of the account and I'll just go back to SPX and wait for my real money. But the mindset is like, if I could, get a big move, make a few grand, I can pull that out in the month or every 20 days and just keep adding it to my account. That's what I be telling people, like, y'all could just run those accounts up, and if you don't want to trade futures like that, you can, whatever you make, send it. So like when you pass those other, like this right now with this account, I think you already passed the first one. So you could pull that 5K out right now, can't you?
Well, they got prop firms got their rules. So they have two payout periods. So the first period is from the 1st to the 5th to make a request. The second period is from the 15th to the 20th. Right. So I would have to wait till, what's today? Today is the 14th. Yeah, so I could make a request tomorrow. Yeah.
And you can pull out 5 or you can pull out 25.
No, just the 5. Now the other 4 that
pass by like next month, I'm assuming you can pull out the whole 25.
Right. So the what am I about to say? Oh yeah. So the other 4 accounts, they go live on Thursday, because you have to have a minimum of 7 trading days. So you could get the profit in the first day, but if you don't have 7 days, it doesn't mean anything.
Yep.
So that's what I have the profit, but now I got to wait till, I think Wednesday is day 7, and then day 8 will be my first day live. So, yeah. So on that day, basically the 8th day, I'll have all 5 live, ready to go. So anything I make from that point on will be on mine.
So how much do you want to? I don't know if you're comfortable saying how much you lost trading before. Was it like
how
more?
Much I can remember counting, definitely over 100. I don't know the exact number, but definitely over 100, bro.
100K.
Yeah, definitely over 100K.
So you probably looking. It's my bad. You was probably looking like, how am I ever starting small going to pay that back? And think about it, you just did a 4 for that in one day, not even an hour, less than 30. So now, don't you see how you probably had that 100K back?
Yeah, I'm not even worried about the money now, because I know how I'm gonna get it back. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because the reason why I like the whole prop thing too is because to make a lot of money, and I'm not talking about the CPI days where you can make, buy those little 0-day contracts from 25 to 2,000. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about on a regular day. You need capital to make real money.
Thank you,
know what I'm
bro.
saying? So that's why the prop firm is lit, because you got the capital now. You know what I'm saying? To make the money that you want to make. versus starting off with a low $1,000 account like what I've done, you know what I'm saying? And then if that goes left, now you got to put another $1,000 in there, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, that just takes all that stress away now, you know. So now when you blow up an account, you just got to pay $80 to reset it. So I'm
Wow.
like, man, I wish I was doing this from the beginning. I'd pay $80 all day.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm
Because
saying?
that 80 is better than you losing 1,000.
That's a fact. You know what I'm
You can
saying?
blow 10 accounts before you, and you still wouldn't have lost 1,000.
Yeah. So somebody in the I'm looking at the chat, somebody said how much did you put up? So I have the 50K account. They have from 25 all the way up to like 300K. So the 50K costs, I think retail is like 167, but they just had a crazy 90% off sale. So it's 90% off for the first month, and then every month after that was 80% off. So the 90% off brought it down to like $16 plus tax. So I think, man, let's just call it $20 altogether. So that's when I had bought the fork. I'm like, oh, this is super cheap. You know what I'm saying? And I already had the one. So basically $80 for the 4 accounts.
Wow. So you pay
But,
80 a
but
month.
I only recommend waiting for a sale. I would never tell you to go pay 167. You know what I'm
Right. So
saying?
you're paying, wait. So you're paying 80 a month for all 4.
Right.
That's crazy. You pay less than
Yeah.
me. I only have 2. I pay
Yeah.
like 1 for my 2, but I have Elite. I'm probably gonna switch over to Apex though, because y'all.
But remember that was only because of the sale. Regular price is 167
Oh
each.
yeah, no, I know, but that
Yeah.
sale comes around a lot. Like they always have
Yeah.
save 90,
Yeah.
save 80 every other week. They got that
No,
sale
that's a
going.
fact. That's a
So,
fact.
but what I like, bro, is what you did was you just practiced a long time. I remember you was practicing for a while because you would always send me those. Like you just update me. You like, how you doing, bro? I'm like, what up? And like just trading. Like I like. It seems like you did not lose focus and start trading a bunch of other stuff. You didn't start over trading, and you just didn't just do random shit, which I be trying to tell people, like just focus on one thing. You just mastered this. You're like, hey, I
Yeah.
want to scout day trade, and I know I want to play futures. You focus narrow, and that was one trade. One trade you made 25K. It's insane. That's insane. And it wasn't even your money. And you know it's funny, that's what I was gonna get back to. Like you said about other people's money. People don't think about it like the people who don't like props. I'm like, well, if you're trading options, you're technically still trading other people's money. You're still leveraged like 100x shares.
Yeah.
It's not your money. So it's regardless, you're still using leverage. So
Yeah. People don't see it like that.
at all. Oh, Alice said you gotta check out Take Profit. I might check them out. I think is that the one with I know Q Banks got one. I don't know if it's Take Profit or the other one, but shout out to you, bro. I remember when you said it to me, I was just like, maybe I'm reading this wrong. I'm not used to their terminal. But then I saw when you said 25, I was like, bruh, you know.
Yeah.
So it seems like all you're just waiting for the like kind of like what I taught you, like some ICTs type stuff for liquidity
Yeah,
and
I'm
broad
still
like
learning that. That video that you had sent me a while back, like, bro, I had to look at that a couple of times, and I'm
right.
still not really, versed on it. So I don't even want to speak on
So
that. But
yeah, so what do you use?
um,
Like, what do you use? I know I showed you that indicator. I could pull it
yeah,
up.
the buy sell indicator, I forgot the correct name
Super
for it.
trail
I think
or
it's
ATR trail
ATR or
stop.
something.
Yep. Here, I'm trying ATR trail stop. Yeah. And so were
Yeah.
you
So
just
now
for
let me
comfort?
tell. Go ahead.
I said, so were you just waiting for like confirmations to enter off of it, or were you
So my 3 confirmations are, that's one because at the end of the day, nothing in trading is 100%. Let's start
right?
off with that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you'll get a buy or a sell, and that would only last for like 1 or 2 candles. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
you
And
just
that's what
gotta,
I'm showing. I
you
only
can't
use
go
me
based
personally.
off that alone.
Yeah. Me personally, I only use this if I'm like, let's say I'm busy and I hop in a buy. I'll turn
Mhm.
this on if I'm kind of like occupied because I can watch and make sure like, oh shit, okay, we're still in a buy. Even though
Right.
I know it's going up here based on liquidity, but this will help me stay confident or stay if I'm doing 2 different things.
And also, my main thing is the EMAs. I know a lot of people hate the EMAs. They say it's laggy, this, that, and the third. Whatever. Like I said, you got to choose what works for you. So
Right.
when they cross, it determines the trend. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So if we're going down, you know what I'm saying, and all of a sudden now I see that the 9 or 8, whichever, is curling up into the 20, and we're consistently making higher highs and higher lows. I mean, that's telling you, okay, it's possible reversal. Even though, you know, sometimes it will come back down, but regardless of the fact, that's what it's telling you. So now that's one confirmation. And then with the buy sell, you know, and the buy sell for the most part on them reversals, man, that thing be on point, bro. That thing be
Yeah,
on point.
because a buy sell is literally it's trying to tell you where your stop loss should be. That's the whole point of this indicator. It's saying like, okay, if you get in here, you shouldn't get out until your stop triggers, and right here your stop is triggering. So it helps you.
Yeah.
It's really made to ride the trend, but it's so good at stop loss placement that a lot of people use this indicator for entry. Like me, I don't use it for entry personally, but I see why people would, because it does come on very immediate at times. Like even me, I'm like,
And
man, this shit is triggering.
yeah,
This one's
that
called
comes on. And the crazy
trend
thing is,
and ATR trailing stop. They're the same ones. But super trend is probably cleaner than ATR.
yeah, that one comes on like a couple of candles before the EMA start to cross.
Yeah, EMA is
You know
always
what
gonna be
I'm
late because EMA is it's a moving average crossover, so it's an average of two
saying?
different periods
Right.
cross. But I mean, I get why people use EMAs, especially like let's say like me. I get in early because I'm trading liquidity, so I'm getting in where they're putting in value. The EMAs ain't going to even be close to crossing here. There's going to be they will be probably parallel, and then around here is where they start to curve and then cross. Then they would bounce and they would get it crisscross again, and then fully be down. So it's later, but it would be safer because you have more confirmation. But me, I'm just really good with liquidity and structure, and I can understand like to me this is a very specific thing that happened here. This is like technically an order block on a smaller time frame. So, but the main thing you're focusing on what works for you, and you're not complicating it. You're just making it simple.
Right. And another thing too, like when those aren't, you know, when those like when you see like price action like going towards supply and demand, like
Yeah.
when you see the momentum is slowed down and you know it's not piercing that support or resistance level, you already know it's about to come down. Like the same thing with Wednesday. It went up crazy. And right as I'm about to close my laptop, it started playing at the resistance. And I'm saying to myself, it's gonna come back down. And I did the math. I'm like, another 8 contracts down, I probably could have made another 5 bam. I said, you know what? I'm going against my rules. Let me close this laptop.
Whoa,
So,
say that again.
but
Say that again.
huh?
I said, say that part again. You said you was
I said, you know, after I got out and I'm sitting there, look, I called my man, we was talking about it, whatever. And I'm like, yo, it's playing on this resistance and it don't look like it's trying to break it. I'm like, look, it might come back down. But I was like, I'm not gonna play with it because you know, I don't want to risk losing this 5 grand I just made. You know what I'm saying? So I just closed my laptop and went about my
wait, no,
day.
you said a special word though. I think it was an R word.
Oh, oh, damn, what was it? Remind me.
Your rules,
Oh yeah. I didn't want to go against my rules. Yeah.
bro. So
So that's
so
the main
that's
thing.
another thing I've been teaching them. You got to have your own rules for trading.
Because if
Um,
you don't, you just really just throwing money in the air. Really, you're not
you're
really.
just
If you
trading
don't
the
have a
market.
plan or anything, you just I don't know what you're doing. You just
Yeah,
guessing, I guess.
you wild. That's the best way to. So like the main thing, and I tell people all the time, and I was thinking about it earlier. I was walking. I'm like, you can give any trader the best system in the world, but if they're a loser, a losing trader with a losing mentality, they'll still fail. And you can give a winning trader one of the worst systems, and they can still win because it's really about you as a trader. Are you following your rules? Do you have rules? Are you disciplined? Do you know what you look for to look for? And are you keeping that discipline, sticking to that rule? It's really psychology and discipline more than anything. People always like, you're so disciplined, you're so disciplined. I'm like, because I spent enough years not following my rules and doing something like this,
Exactly.
especially when I was really good, like early on last year when I got really, really good, I would hit something like this, catch this. And then fortunately, I was good enough to understand like I can take losses, but not blow off like a super beginner. But I would just give some back trading this. And I'd be like, damn, I just made so much here. And here I almost halved it, or I lost a third, or I broke even, but I traded all day and was sweating and got gray hairs. As opposed to understanding, I know what I'm looking for in the market. And if it's not there, I walk away. And you could ask, let's see, all the new students, who does that? In all the news people here, spam it up. You'll see I got like 4 or 5 students I notice every day. They'll be like, nah, I'm coming back. Literally at open. They'll be like, nope, I'm coming back. Where they at? I don't know if they're here. I know Frank. I see Frank do it. I see him. I see a few of them. They're getting it. Like if the market make money early, say I'm gonna leave, then come back. Yeah, that's why you have to learn to log out. Like it's that simple. He made 25K. What did you logged out? Huh? You literally shut it off.
Like you got to step out the room, bro. Like
Yep.
live your life. Go do what you want to do. Like at the end of the day, the whole point of trading is to, well, for me at least, eventually leave the 9 to 5. So if you're gonna sit there all day, you might as well just stay at work. It's the same thing. Why would you want to be glued to a screen from 9:30 to 4? Like,
Yep. Yep. 100%, bro. And what I like about you, you're still working your job. You didn't put yourself
Yep.
in a situation where you're so pressured, which I'll be trying to tell people, like, just hold off. I know everybody wants to quit their job.
Trust
I'm like,
every
hold
day,
off.
bro.
I'm like, just hold off until you have for sure. Like I tell people like early on, I'm like, what you should do is wait till you have like all your bills paid and like a year of living expenses before you even think about, because no matter who you are, there's going to be months where you struggle. Like my favorite trader Umar struggled for like 3 months, bad, could not make a penny, was losing money. So like I'm always like telling people, think of that. Like it's not, so why put yourself in trading is already stressful enough.
Right. So now you're
Already,
not gonna be thinking straight.
exactly. Every loss is going to hurt that much more now.
That's why you gotta, like, when you start making money, you gotta like figure out, put your money in other places, and so eventually trading won't be the only thing you got going on. So when you
Yeah,
leave a
bro.
job now, and let's say not doing good in trading, it's like, all right, you're not really worried about it because you got other things going on.
He literally took this one trade off this prop in like a month or two. He can literally take this money. I don't know his financial situation, but let's say he got any car, notes, anything, or rent. He can pay his rent for a year. He can pay off any car he has. He's using trading as a tool and a vehicle to build wealth and to make, not using it just to trade all day, to overtrade, to frustrate yourself. And he can, that 100K, he can, next month or 2 months, he can really go at that, knock that out, and have a nice padded account where now he got the prop and his regular account. And every day, by then you got 200-300K of live capital. You could easily make 5-10K a day.
Yeah, like I said, the biggest thing is, well, like you said, psych and trading plan. Like if you look at, because I was, looking at different people that do day trading, whether it be forex or
Right.
futures options on YouTube. All these podcasts and stuff that they got going on, and it's like crazy how everybody
It's
has
the
the
same.
same thing. It's like, yo, once I stop trading my, like, let's say one day they went against their trading plan, everybody says it. When I go against my trading plan, I blow up an account, or if they're trading real money, they lose all the money. Like, so it's just like, if everybody's saying the same thing, then obviously, that's what you need to focus on. You know what I'm saying? Like sticking to your plan and psych. It's
Yep.
all mental.
It's literally natural human psychology. It's, got a a reward punishment type of brain. So if you do this and you make 25K, your brain is associating this with a good feeling, and it's naturally saying, I want more, because it's going to give me money and make me feel good. So let me take more. And that's where it comes to hunt you, because the moment you fuck up that next trade, you feel an exponentially worse bad feeling, and you are desperate to get that good feeling back. I think, let me try this. Oh, I think you got echo. Somebody got echo.
And another thing I like about Apex is with the multiple accounts, it's like you don't have to work that hard to get the desired amount of money that you want,
Yeah.
So let's say if, figuratively speaking, you want to make $1,000 a day, you have 4 accounts, you only really need to make $250.
Right.
Like, and over a month, there's 20 trading days in a month. You do the math. What's that? 20 grand? You know what I'm saying? So off of just 200 and off of just $250, bro.
Right. Hey, your mic is echoing.
Huh?
Okay. I think your mic was echoing. I think it fixed it though. Cool.
You hear me now?
Yep. Yeah, it was echoing for a second, but it's gone. But nah, you 100% right. Like,
Yeah.
And like I was saying, if you can just, my futures account, I literally trade it. If I don't trade before, I trade it during. I do one trade and I instantly close it. Like I close it so quick and I just go back to options. because I'm like, I don't need to make really anything on this account, but it's just free money piling up on top. You
Yeah.
know, get 4 contracts, get a little 10-point drop. That's, literally quick little 2K. I'm
Right,
done.
that's it. Compound. That compounding thing is crazy. It is. Yeah, you gotta just remember, like tomorrow is this is another day. Like the market is not going anywhere. We know this. Like it's tomorrow's another day. That's why I gotta keep telling myself every time I want to go back in.
Yeah, bro. Damn, you sound like me, but it makes sense because you was in the early ones. Like I be telling people, the market has been here way before we're live. It's gonna be here after we're gone. So why you
What I
guys feel?
noticed with certain instruments, because I was looking at NQ, I was looking at oil, I was looking at gold at one point, and ES. Sometimes after that big move, for the rest of the day, it be calm. Like
Oh yeah,
sometimes the rest of the day doesn't really do nothing. Like so now it's like you jumping in this market. Now it's choppy, or now it's not really moving.
bro. You speaking
When
fact.
and that's where you start losing your money. So that's why when that big move that I got into, I'm like, it can't be no crazier than this, you know.
Hey, that's
From
a good
like
point. Yeah.
829 to where I got out at, bro, I want to say that was probably what 100 and something change move. So I'm like, yeah, I don't really see it doing too much more than this, but and then it ended up going up and down the rest of the day. But I'm just saying, like sometimes it'll just go sideways the rest of the day. So if
And
you
that
get
has to
caught
do
in
with
that
the
top,
liquidity.
that's where you're gonna lose your money.
Yep, that happens to do with the liquidity of the market. They have to build it up
Right,
to run,
yeah.
and it hits major liquidity here, run it down, hit a major zone of liquidity back here, ran it up, and then look what he did the next day, chopped you up. So when I come to the market, I'm always thinking that like, have we chopped long enough to make a big move? And that's what people I'm
Right.
trying to get. And the explosive move comes from consolidation. So people always, oh, it's so choppy, and they trade it. And I'm like, why are you like? I've been trying to tell people, but people don't listen. So I'm to a point now, like, hey, if you don't want to listen and blow your account, that's fine with me. I only thing I can do is give you the best possible advice. I can't control what you do at the screen, but every time it gets like this, I see so many people force trades, and I'm just
Yo,
like,
it's
why?
crazy because I learned that too watching some video I was watching, and he said that he's like, when it's going sideways, that's just a money grab.
Yeah, they
I'm like,
have to
wait, what?
build the liquidity. This is people. So people don't realize when it's sideways, people are forcing trades because
Yes. So
the
as you're
average
losing,
market
they're
maker
gaining.
understands that the average trader is impulsive, reactionary, lazy, and shiftless, and is going to force trades in this, lose money, and that's going to give them the fuel they need. Fuel, drop it. Everybody just got stopped out, and this is where they can take their buy. And you could tell by how big the wicks get. Boom. That wick showed they just locked everybody below. Everybody just got locked out of trade. Everybody who was trying to stay long just stopped all out, grabbed the last of the liquidity, and now we can push it.
Right, yeah.
They do it
Yeah,
over and
yeah,
over
but
and
if you
over.
start seeing the wicks, that means that direction is getting weak.
Look at this
Yeah.
one. Stopped. Can't reach down. Stopped
Damn, that's a
everybody.
long wick. Goodness gracious.
Like that's like a big part of my trading is just looking for these type of wicks. But people get so busy forcing trades in that, and then they miss these easy moves. It took me a while. I remember like maybe 2 years ago, people tell me like, have you noticed the market like will give you like 2 or 3 really good moves? I'm like, yeah. And at that time, I was just focused on trading every day because I was told you have to trade every day. If not, you're a bad trader. And I remember for a while, even with me being better, I was just like, damn, I'm working a lot. And it's hard some days. And the days that are big moves, I'm so tired, I'm not ready for this. And then just one day I was like, why am I trading? I'm just gonna start waiting. And that shit just took my trading to the next level. I was like, nope, I'm good. Like people always like, how is your win rate so high? Or how you always hitting, how you always right? It's simple. I told myself I'm gonna stop taking garbage trade. I don't trade garbage. Period.
So
A
it's
lot of
crazy.
people are
It's
happy to
funny you say
engage
that
in crash trading.
because there's a dude I know that trades options, and we were talking about that, and he said, "Yo, I haven't lost since January." I'm like, "Damn, how you do that?" He's like, "Yo, bro, honestly, I just wait for my setup, I execute, and I'm out the trade done for the day. That's it." And I'm like, "Yo, that's crazy."
Who's that?
Like
They're not like me.
as simple as you think that would be, a lot of us don't do that. So I used to be the person too, throwing money at the market at 9:30 as soon as it opened, not knowing any better. And so when I started like waiting, like, because the first 15 minutes, sometimes that's a lot of buying and selling going on. So it's just up and down, whatever. But after 10 o'clock, 10:15, sometimes, the market chooses a direction sometimes. And, it's not exact every day, but sometimes around after 10 o'clock, it starts to choose a direction. Then I just get in, make my money, and I'm out.
Bro.
So it pays to wait. It really does pay to wait. Oh my goodness. It really does wait.
This week, I think I only traded like Monday. I think I just got in swings Monday. Or I might have traded this. I can't remember. But I remember it was like 4 days because one day I was like, I'm not trading. And then on Friday, I barely traded. Friday, I traded for because I hadn't made so much off of just a random move on Tuesday I waited for. Even though this was chop, I had a specific setup I just waited for. And I knew, I was like, if they do this move, I can catch it. So it was a stop hunt midday. This little stop hunt, I waited, made my money. Next day, this happened. I literally shorted 2 times. I was done. Then Thursday, same thing, caught a short because I saw my setup. And then Friday, I was like, no point. I make 3 good withdrawals on my account and I'm good for the week. But the problem is, back in the day, I would have been in this and forced so many trades and lost so much. But I've been like on a, day-wise, like for at least like a month or so, just green days, and I did have 2 losing days recently, but they were so small. It was like $60 one day and like 100 or 200 the other, which for me is nothing. So I'm like, might as well be a win because my losers are so small because I just wait. For the setup. If it's not there, I'm going to go live my life. I know that this market is going to deliver one day. I just need to be ready for that.
Yeah, exactly.
To understand, like, your 90-10 is here. Your 90-10 is here. Your 90-10 was here when they stopped hunting everybody out. Your 90-10 was here. So why, if you have these very obvious setups, do you waste time in this? And it's like, I don't know, like some people, I'm like, I guess they want to make it hard. I'm like, hey, if you want to, that's up to you. Me, I've given enough time and money to the market in the past trading when it was hard that I never want to do it again, ever. I have no interest. I don't care. I tell people, I don't care to trade chop, and I don't care to predict the market. I have no idea what the market's going to do most of the time. I just come to the market for the session I'm trading. I look at the previous 2. I look at London, Asia, and I see if there's a setup I can exploit. And if there's not, I don't even look at it. This was a very easy setup because I love to short. What's that? Somebody in the chat answer that. We all know this setup. Someone in the chat answer that. There we go. Stairs up, escalator up, or stairs up, escalator down. Or escalator up, elevator down. Easy trend run up into a key high and drop them off a cliff. Very simple setup. I have like 4 setups I trade that I can add size to that are going to accelerate and move very fast, and I'm done. It's that easy. It's hard to lose when you have a very obvious setup that you just need to get the timing right. And we know where the timing window is. So people always ask me midday, oh, what is it going to do here? Like, bro, I'm already done. Most days now, I'm done.
I don't worry about that.
Yeah, and that's why I try to get people to understand, like, I used to at least look at it, but now I'm to the point I'm not going to look at it no more. I'm just going to be talking to yourself because I have the obvious move. I want it. And if you're not getting the move at the key timing, why are you even wasting time? I know market's going to do like 2 or 3 things on a day. It's going to give you the move off open during the kill zone, or it'll do like this. It'll give you a choppy open because remember the market, we divide it into 2 days for people who trade NY. There's the AM and PM. If AMs are choppy, I come back in PM. Look at PM because our PM line is, for me at least, 9 to 10. This is lunch hour that happens. The market does this over and over and over and over. Don't believe me? Go test it.
I'm gonna put that photo in the chat.
Okay, yeah. We have the AM market. We have the PM. I remember this day too. It was so choppy. When you see these double wicks, you already know you don't want none of that. I was like, I'm gonna just come back in PMs. Ended up taking a nap, missed it. What happened? All they did was run us up right above quote unquote demand or whatever you want to call it. ran us into a few order blocks here. You see them right there. Drop this off. Or you can even just use the wicks. You could have used this wick. Could have used the 50% of this wick. I like to use on the wicks the 50% a lot, guys. For those who know how to trade the wick system we use. So boom. Right.
Yeah, I gotta learn that wick game too.
Yeah, we play wicks. A few more in here, and you know, it's crazy. Yeah, the 1:30 candle. That's because that's after lunch. So I remember this day specifically. I was like, I'm gonna go to sleep. Came back, woke up just in time. Look at that. There's right here. You can call it demand, whatever you want to call it. Man, make that try to get people to understand. Like, stop being so focused on trying to identify and label every little candle, whatever just try and understand what price is doing. That's all that really matters. It doesn't matter if you can identify and name it 15 million names, whatever the fuck. What matters is if you can trade that reaction, if you're ready. You understand that it's random liquidity and it's going to reverse down and it's going to aim for this low. It's that simple, but people make it way harder. That's your target. It can't get much simpler than that.
So you saying like when the wick goes into supply, you short it?
I look for certain setups. So like this would have been quote unquote supply, but I probably would have like here. I think I ended up shorting like right around here. We tapped this wick, and I didn't even have a wick this day. But there's no matter what you use. I'm trying to get people to understand. No matter what you use, you would have saw the same thing with like 8 different systems. It would have told you prices reversing. Even if you're using the strat and you're like, oh, this is a higher high. There's somewhere around here. It's still the same shit. There's a high, there's a second high, equal high, and look, structure is showing, high, low, slightly higher high. Now we have a lower low, lower high, low. This move, I used to like because this is a more choppy run. This move, the moment we come down here, I'm out because I know when the drop on a candle is way larger than, like, look how long this candle is. I know major players have dropped way more volume. So we're going to come into a key zone where it's going to cause a very large bounce. I don't want to sit through that bounce and go from here to here where this probably was up 200-300%. And then here I'm only at 20% because
no.
It's likely to bounce, but those few times you're wrong and it comes, which I've had where it bounced,
break even.
And I was like, nah, I got it. And that shit came all the way up and I got scared and got out for like, break even or -10, and then it dropped will piss you off. So, bro, I've done everything wrong you could think of, and right and wrong trading wise. As a trader could. So I've just tried to simplify and make it as easy as I can for people, where you don't have to. The main thing with trading, the hard part is getting your mental and trying to stay, avoid being drawn out and avoid being in positions where you take trades that are going to really frustrate you and affect you the next day at the screen. I'm never frustrated. I'm always just like, the market does what it does. I just need to catch what it does. It is that. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong because I know tomorrow I'll make it back tenfold. My losses are always like a tenth or less of what I earn. It's that simple. Market does the same thing over again. So, but shout out to you, man. I'm glad you said that, like, you're only taking like 1 or 2 trades a day, because people have this idea that they have to take like 30,000 trades. And I'm always like, where did
them days is over.
Like, unless you're just a professional scalper, that's what you want to do, but you can't make money that way.
Yeah.
It's like, but how much size are you going to put in those trades, and how confident are you going to be to just scalp all day? When I started, that's what I was just scalping all day, but it's like just little scalps adding up. But then I realized, like, why am I taking like 10 trades to make my money
when you can just wait and get that one
size? That's what I tell people, like, when you're scalping, you're trying to do these little moves. Of course, it's just common sense. You can't go as heavy because you don't know which scalp's going to be right or wrong as often. But when it comes to this obvious, look at this. This move was in NY. This is right before open. If you were playing this on futures, you could have even waited till we broke way down here, because this is 2 up, 2 down now per the strat. But me, I understand liquidity. This candle alone would have told me the moment we start decelerate, I know exactly what's going to happen. Look at that. This purple line is my news wick. That's all I need. I'm in there. If you're on futures, would have dropped down here. The moment we came up here, I would have sold it because I know we're likely to come up here. That quick little move, just on futures, 11 points. You only need 5 points to make money. 5 points, 250 a contract. So you have 4 contracts at 1,000. This move alone would have made me over 2K. Just this move, and then I could have, if I'm feeling aggressive, when it bounced, this would have became a setup. I could have shorted this again. I'm not even gonna aim for the low. I'm just gonna aim for here, the strip, right at 19, 20 points. I made 2K here.
Damn.
4K. With if you're just using 4 contracts, that's 6 grand. Being conservative and waiting. I know because I've been on this side, and I have also been on this side where I'm scalping, especially when I first started. Make money, and then like the smallest little things, because the wicks would go the other way. Oh shit, I just lost 500. Oh shit, and then at the end of the day, I'm like, damn, how am I negative 1,600 on this account? Take the easy money. When you see this, this is telling you who is selling. The smart people, the people with the money. The people with the money are the smart people in the market, guys. I want you to realize that the people who have the most money in the news market are the best traders. Also, do you see them sitting? You can tell they're not there because the volume dries up after these big moves. They took their money and they're gone because they might have made $1 million here, 2 million, 5, whatever him or the firm is trading. But if you want to sit there and try and trade every move, you're just gonna frustrate yourself. And the damage is done when you sit too long at the screen. And that's why I always tell people, treat it like an ATM machine, not a casino. They know that if you caught this drop, you're gonna be on cloud. Like, this is Jesus Christ. This is why I like gold. Gold will give random moves like this. This is probably news, but to catch this on gold,
yeah, gold,
$30,000.
That's a fact. Gold moves like between like 6 and 9, you get the nicest moves. After that, it kind of like fades out.
Oh yeah, because gold is actually more volatile than SPY. So a lot of times I'll look at gold in the morning to see a quick move. So like same thing, same move happened here. This was on a Monday. I remember this move because I looked at it after. I was like, damn, that shit was clean. Ran it up, dropped it straight down. Every point on gold is like 1,000.
Yeah, every point is 1,000. Yeah.
On one, because it's like 10 cents every penny, I think. So understand you're there for the explosive move, and then your job is to get the fuck out the market. Literally. Your job is not to catch every handle of the market. If you want to, you can do that. Just let us know how it goes. I'm not doing that. There's people who do that. That's them. I'm doing this to make as much money as I can and for freedom. Make money as much as I can, as fast and simply as I can. And I'm not trying to predict every move. Gold is so volatile, it's almost impossible to really tell what it's going to do at any time until the market sets up the liquidity, because that thing moves. It moves a lot. Like, look at this. We went all the way up here to curl over. Now we're below key zone. But just from this sideways consolidation, you could have made so much money, because look at the spikes. It's up almost 2% off the kill zone open. So, it's very simple. Some traders are getting it. Shout out to you that was not getting it. Go back, reset, figure out what you're doing wrong. I made it very simple, put it on my channel. We're not looking for reading every bar movement and putting a funny name on it. We're looking at hunting the best trade setups. Because I believe that. Every day I wake up, I tell myself that. When I'm watching, I'm just looking for the cleanest, easiest trade that I can hopefully get in and get out, or one that looks like it's going to roll over for a while where I can continually add my max size to it and make my money. Like, it's a hit and run. It's a hit and run, y'all. So, but Jeron, that's a nice screenshot. If y'all check the Zoom, he got the screenshot. Any last words, anything you want to mention, anything else you use?
We pretty much said it all, man. Like I said, Wait until you set up and don't go against your plan. Those are the most important things that I've learned. That wow, you know, because sometimes, not even sometimes, every day, whether I play the market or not, I always, like, once the market closes, I always, analyze and see, okay, what the market did, what it went up and down, whatever, and I just see like the times, the times that it starts to move and stuff like that, and like, okay, a market opened at 9:30 and then start moving at 10:30. Like, oh, market open at 9:30 and start moving at 10:15. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when it starts to open, just wait for the market to show its hand, because it's always going to show a direction. Always, you just gotta wait for it. And once you wait for it, you execute, you make the money, and that's it for the day.
That's beautiful. That's solid as hell. Like the market is gonna show his hand. I like that. Make
If
it
it's
as
not showing his hand, that means you don't play. Simple as that.
there. That's why I try to get people like,
Not
look,
going down.
I know you guys see me the market a lot and have these, but y'all have to understand it's like there's very specific things I'm looking for when I'm quote unquote predicting. And I'm still, even when I'm quote unquote predicting, I know I could be wrong. So I'm always very cautious. I'm like, I could be seeing it wrong. When I took gold, it was such a high probability because I've been watching it so long. It came into my key level.
Yeah, I like gold,
I
man.
remember I got it here, and when it rolled over, I cut it and I watched it. I'm like, yo, if it comes back down, I'm gonna buy it again. It came down and pushed up, and that was it. Because I realized I have all these pivots up here. That's why it was so easy to hold this trade. And it just look how fast. That's why I try and get y'all to understand. You want to get in, like, look how easy it would have been to hold this until at least here. This is the only part, but you would have thought, oh, well, it has to TTO at some point. But it's much harder to try and hold this because you don't know which way it's going. So why not try and short stuff like that and long stuff like that instead of trying to figure this out? So I wake up, I have my instruments. That's why I made this list. ES, YM, and Q, these are all the same. I look at these two on how much trade ES. If I don't see anything in ES, I look at Bitcoin. I can trade Mirror Riot. Get oil, see if oil has a setup, or I go to gold. That's it. If none of these have a setup, it's that simple.
Yeah, oil is nice too.
Yeah, I like oil because it trends. Like oil came to here, I knew this was a buy. So I'm like, yo, it's time to buy this shit. That's simple. And right at close. But if you're constantly forcing trades and not following your plan, you have to figure out what's going on in your head that's making you not stick to your plan. So, like I said, focus, recenter. Y'all can always tap in. You're in the group, ask questions. You can even take a one-on-one. I don't really like doing one-on-ones like that anymore, but you can take a one-on-one. Again, all the members get discounted one-on-ones, but it's not that hard. You're making it that easy. You can make this as easy or as hard as you want to make it. Oh, Jeron, I think you got a question. So are you using TraderView, or what do you actually use to execute the trades?
Oh, execute trades is Ninja Trader.
Nice. But I think he's asking, are you doing on the terminal or are you doing through TraderView? Because on TraderView, you can trade.
Yeah. No, I'm doing it on Ninja Trader because I wanted to do it on TradingView, but Ninja Trader is not a platform that TradingView is connected with. It's not on there as an option. So
I see.
yeah, everybody else is, but I can't accept that one. I don't know why.
But... Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. I definitely tried to do that, but can't.
Yep. All right. So what do you see yourself in the future with trading? Like, what do you see yourself 6 months from now? You gonna keep doing the same thing?
I did have a goal of trying to reach the max amount of accounts.
Mm-hmm. What's the max amount on?
The max amount they allow you is 20.
Damn.
Nah, because my thing is, I don't have to trade that much again.
Bro,
if you do a simple $250,
that's $2 million.
Huh?
If you have 20 counts at 100K, that's $2 million.
Exactly. But like even so, 250, right? $250 times 20. $250 times 20. That's $5 bands a day, bro. I'm good with that, bro. So $250 comes at a blink of an eye. Like,
That's 5 points. That's only 5 points on
Yeah,
ES.
thank you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to, so it's less trading. Because at this point in the game, like, bro, I want to live life, bro. I don't want to be sitting confined to a
Think
computer,
about
bro.
it, bro. You could be doing that and literally making $1 million a year because almost
Bro,
any, you make give or take. There might be like a few days where you're like, it's not worth it because I know it's easy. I want to trade what's easy. You'll still be at about 900 to $1 million a year if you do that, and 5 points a day.
that's it. That's why I'm like, this whole prop thing, it's like, I don't
Think
think
about
about
it.
it.
And you're only trading one thing, one asset. You're not worried about trading 18 different things. You're not worried about trading 30 times a day. You're not worried about 14,000 swings going. None of that.
Yeah.
Make it simple, guys. Make it easy, hard as you want to make it. One of my favorite traders, Jesse Livermore, he says, the speculator should know when he's right or wrong the moment he enters the trade because it's going to accelerate rapidly in his direction. If not, you're wrong, period. I look for trades like that where I instantly know I'm right or wrong. I don't want to be in this trying to figure out. I'm waiting for this shit to turn over. I'm waiting for this shit to rocket ship up, period. Everything else, it's like, why? Y'all see the good moves. You can look at this and instantly see the 3 or 4 major good moves. So why get in this? Why get in the market when it's sideways? When you can get in when it is showing, like he said, shows his face and makes a very easily established trend. If it's not trending or looking like it's about to trend in reverse, the market's going to set up before it trends either way. So which 50K account do you have, bro?
You said which one?
Yeah, do you have the static or I think maybe the end of the day?
The regular one.
Okay.
Yeah, no, definitely not static. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, static sucks. I have a static. I'm probably just gonna cancel. They suck.
I don't even know. I didn't even understand it, so I was like, let me
Bro, the
just stay with
drawdown
it.
is so small. It's like just a static $600. So like if you have 1 or 2 losing trades on ES, you instantly blow it. That's how they get people. So I don't
But
like
like,
static.
what's the purpose of that though?
It's cheaper. It's the cheapest one.
Oh,
I don't know the rules on Ninja, but I know with Elite, I passed the static and felt it super fast because I like one day I traded it and I'm like, what? Like you hit your drawdown so quick, So I learned the hard way to stick with like end of days and stuff like that. But I mean, static's cool if you want to pass fast. I don't know
yeah.
what like.
The thing about this, the trading thing is, it's like the trailing drawdown. That's what kills me.
Yeah, that's why I use end of day because I don't have that. I have my drawdowns just end of day. And they have a max.
Just certain
In a
amount per
day,
day.
it was 2,200, and then on the account, my drawdown is max 3,500. So it's technically like you always have kind of like a $3,500 account. But if you think about it, at a discounted broker, 3,500 would get you like about 6 to 7 minis, and there's no with a futures account, it's margins, not cash. So if I only use usually like 4 max, I technically have the same as $1 million account because I'm never using really more than 4, 8 max on really high probability setups. So for me, it's like all I need to make money consistently over again. Because I know I just need 1 or 2 good moves. That's all I tell myself. You make 4 or 5K a day, you're gonna make $1 million a year.
Yeah, so
It's that simple. But people just have in their head they got crazy stuff, and that causes them to over leverage. Hold all day, shit's reversing. I got to make this big win. I got to make this big win. That shit blows up in your face, and now you're more depressed. As opposed to like, I just think every day, hey, I just got to make 4K minimum, 4K a day. I'll be a millionaire. It's that simple.
yeah, like I say like on the news days, where the momentum is crazy, that's when you can go over your
Yep.
target. Like say if your target's 500 for the day, you can go over that because you already know
Yeah,
it's
you can
gonna be
easily get
there.
25. Your target's 500 on a good news day. Like this shit would have easily gave you 25
Yeah,
from
easy. You know what I'm saying?
500 in here, and this shit drops. Like down here, this shit's 15 easily. You could cut half your position. You've already locked in your risk and made 15 and just let this run and make another 1,000. That's simple. I'm gonna tell people like just half your position. If you
Right.
want to build your small account, trade shit like this. I'm gonna tell you the best way to build a small account. A regular account, I tell people, oh, I come to the market, I have normal size accounts. I take my little scalps on shit like this, and then I wait for big days. But on a small account, I don't even trade this because it's still too risky. I wait till I have a 90-10 where my risk is 1, but my potential reward is 10 minimum. And just boom. That's every small account I've done like that. Just waited, patient. Because if you're hitting these, 400, 500, 1,000% trades on a small account, it's a small account. Who cares? Like you could easily put that money back in. I'm going full port on a small account easily to get to a decent size. It's that simple. So, but man, I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate, bro. If you got any closing words you want to add,
No, that's it. Oh yeah, no more trading your own money, man. Please, please, please
he told you why.
go, please. It
Make it
don't
easy.
even make sense. It don't even make. I don't care if you got $1,000,000 in the bank. It do not make sense. Do not trade your own money, man.
Don't, because your downside is their money. Period. It's a lot
That's
easier.
it.
You know.
Like I said, pay your little $80 and start again tomorrow. That's it.
There we go. So yeah, he makes a lot of sense. Nah, he's not. Rome has literally been a mentee since like last year. He just was in before I even had it solid. So, but there's a lot of people in advanced class here who are either trading funded or who are killing it just off options, and they're doing the same thing. Only taking a few trades. We have, I don't know if he's here right now. I'll have him talk really quick before we go. That was the most impressive. No, he's not. He's not here. We had him do like 3K in a day, and then he did 25K, I think he said, in 2 weeks. I haven't seen him win more than like 100%. He just takes those easy trades and he just slowly compounding. And then I don't know if Frank's here. Frank, same thing. He's like, I don't even hit big moves. I just focus. He catches my few setups. That's it. He take his account from 1K to 10K.
And that's what I was telling you. The dude that I was telling you about that hasn't lost since January, bro. He just takes his 30%. He's good with that. He plays with $5,000, takes his 30%, done. Like that's it, bro.
30%. That's 1,500 a trade.
Bro, done. He waits for a setup, 30%, done. Like he's disciplined. I said, damn, I need to get like that.
That's 7,500 a week if you're doing it every day, and you can get 30% every day because that's such a small amount.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, yo, any successful trader, or they all say the same thing, and I'm just like, all right, cool. I need to focus and get that.
Simple. Like me, I know all these systems, but my charts are so basic now because I know 90% of that shit is noise and junk. I don't need to understand or identify every order block, 15-minute breaker, bullish, blah, blah, blah. I just need to know, hey, is it at my zone? Is this where liquidity is going to get distributed? Boom. These are people on the wrong side of the trade. We're going to distribute it down to hopefully stop out these people. This is my target. I don't even have to get this whole move. I just need to get the meat of this move with size. Size the best, scalp the rest. That's what one of my favorite traders always says. Size the best, scalp the rest. I watched this dude do $400 days. I'd be like, that's it? 400. But when his setup is there, I also watch him do 700K and 900K days and 2 million in a week because he knows, yeah, bro, dude's a beast. Influence a lot. My style influenced a lot by people like him. Just because I realized at one point where I'm really good and I'm making money, but I'm not making as much as I should. And I was like, oh, it's because I'm hitting every trade the same instead of understanding this is where you're fucking loading a boat and putting on value. It's easy, it's obvious, over fast. Get the fuck out the market. You don't need to trade this chop up. That's how I laugh when I see these people still trading the whole day. I'm like, you're not making no money. If you're making money, you're already satisfied. You make that 25K, bro, you're like, I'm out of here. Come on. Size matters, guys. But all right, y'all, I'm gonna get out of here. It was nice. Class is Tuesday. Next class Tuesday. Like I said, if you're in advance, continue it. It's gonna be at 4 PST now, and then for the new people, 5 PST. But, all right, y'all. It's been real. This was fire. Like this up. Let me get them reactions. I got put on my story. Shout out to Jeron. You can put your social too if you want to. You can follow you. Fire. This is crazy. What y'all talking about? We get results over here. We get results. Bullshit walks. Bullshit walks. Results talk. Period. Anytime. Never ends. Like I said, too, all the people who signed up for continuing, all the people who signed up for the continuing class, if you haven't added, please just send me a DM and I'll add you to the continuing class. But outside of that, all right, y'all. Have a good day. Enjoy your Sunday. Take care of your mother.